center. So this is interesting coming out from ANOX here. We don't see it as much, although it's not unprecedented, that they could run an Ana here to start things out. Might be a thing, might not be a thing. I'm thinking it's more towards not being a thing, because if they were to run King of the Hill with no Lucio, that would be almost unprecedented. And Lucio, even with some of the nerfs, widely seen as one of the most powerful heroes in this game type. Certainly take a look here at the Dignitas roster as they set up. It's going to be Toxic on the Zen, Numlocked on Winston, R-Tier on Zarya, Drakeus of course on Lucio, Bromos on the Tracer, and Linkser going to be on Genji. And this is only, okay, there it is. Cooler will be on Lucio, and that makes all the sense in the world. Because I was going to say, that would be weird. They still might be running the Ana, but you kind of have to run a Lucio on these modes. Lucio might not be as mandatory in payload now, but definitely has a special layer of mandatory in maps like this, just because of AoE healing and speed boost in a more brawly game type. Rubicon, though, not quite able to get what he's looking for. Numlock dove right to the backline, took him out early on, ended up trading his life, though, so 5v5 to start things out, as Shariq and Cypher right now going to the backline, starting to get what they're looking for here. Linkser doing his best to keep this even here for Dignitas, but his team is dying around him. Really good Zarya play coming out from Shariq, as right now he's on the backline, almost has Zen down, but it's going to be Linkser once more being the hero. He's gotten 3 kills right now. Bromos gets it with the backup, and it will in fact be Dignitas taking this first point. So good stuff coming out from them. Kenzie's Tracer did a lot of damage, wasn't quite enough, however. Now upsides here for Dignitas going to the next fight. Linkser is going to have Dragon Blade up relatively early here. Does he not a shot, but take a look. He's going to be able to shift to the back line, bring up the Dragon Blade, going in. There's no support ultimate to really deal with him right now, but he's going to get slept! The Tranquilizer stopping Linkser there. It ends up getting him killed. 2 kills coming out here from the side of ANOX, and what a play by Rubicon to shut that down. We saw Linkser, of course, wreak absolute havoc in the last game with Dragon Blades, but hey, if you can land a clutch Trank like that, good night Genji, goodbye Dragon Blade. And that's what allowed ANOX to come right back and take this point. Take a look at Cypher right now. It does have Death Blossom at the ready. Cooler's just going to be looking to speed boost him into the back line of Dignitas right now. He's going to be taking the back approach. Here we go. He's looking for it. Numlocked, though, takes out Rubicon early on again. The combination between Numlocked and Lynx are really good. That's the second time they've had great damage early on from Genji Winston. Graviton comes out pretty late in the fight here. Shariq looking to clean it up. I'm not sure they have the manpower to do it, though. If they had that earlier in the fight, it'd be great, but they were down 2 people, and Lynx right now just able to land the damage from the back. Will be building up a Dragon Blade and might not even need it here, as really, this fight was a Numlocked Lynxer show. Biggest problem here, I'd say, is that Rubicon has absolutely been getting focused down pretty heavily. It's clear that he is target number 1 right now for Linkser and Numlocked, and it's rough for Ana. Ana can't always get out of those situations. But offensive ANOX is going to be regrouping here once more. They will have Nano Boost early on. Nano Boost might be going on Winston, and is. In comes ANAC on the Empowered Scientist, right to the backline, immediately takes out Drakeus, but Linkser in the backline of his own, slicing, has taken out Cooler, has to put it away. 2 players down for each side, but the Nano Boosted Winston will be just a little bit more effective. The tide turning in favor of ANOX, and they will be retaking this point. Dragon Blade just not enough to turn it back in their favor.
My ultimate is charging.
So, both teams resetting here once more. ANOX in a pretty good position here. They need to win about 2 more fights to win this map. Cypher not going to have ult up for this fight. Both teams actually relatively low on ults. Bromos will be able to get a early pulse bomb. Is going deep on the Rubicon with Linkser. They double flanking. Does take out Ana early on once more. It's not the 3rd time it's happened here in this game as Linkser piling on the back. Gets on the Cypher right away. And now, looking for Shariq. Shariq, nothing he can do. Linkser going to mop up that kill. It has been a gem of a game for Linkser. And just 1 or 2 more kills, and they will be able to flip this point, but it's still the hot seat here for Dignitas. They're going to have to win every last fight after this if they want to win this round. Easier said than done, especially as ultimates are coming up, but it will be an ult showdown. So here's the upside here for ANOX. If ANOX can do a junk rush here, drain out a lot of those ults, not really waste too much of their own, and then come back after, they have a really good chance of taking this, because they do have 2 cracks at this. It's okay if they don't take in this time, and we see Winston go in. He should be going down here to survive it. Art's here in trouble. Sound Barrier comes out early. Here comes Graviton. Going to pull in 4 people. Will the Wombo be there? And it is. Bromas connects, takes out 2. 4 kills here for Dignitas. And it's going to come down to the last fight here for ANOX. However, you take a look at ANOX here. They are going to have quite a few ultimates up, including a nano boost. This is not the worst scenario for them, but they do need to hurry. It's at 94%. Best chance here for Croatia to stop them getting the point, but the nano boost is out. Winston will get onto this point. Moving on, doing all sorts of damage to Lynxer right now. Lynxer is going to fall, and this is not the worst opening here for ANOX. They did lose Cooler early on, it's 5v5, but they are able to trigger overtime. They are pushing Dignitas Abyss. Cypher just tears down Numlocked, but here comes Bromas. Has a chance to be the hero. Has 2 kills here thus far. Going for Tracer v Tracer. Needs to take out Kenzie. He does have the number advantage, though. His teammates swarming right in, and it is looking like Dignitas is going to hold here. They've done just enough. Kenzie trying to be a hero, but this might be too much. He's 1v3 right now on the point. He has to stay on the point to keep it in the overtime. Does take out Toxin with the bomb. Bought enough time for ANOX to get back in the point. And is this happening right now? It might just be. Kenzie picks up another kill on the Dracaeus. They have not been able to deal with him. And oh my goodness, the point has been flipped. Cypher comes in late to the fight. And we were talking last set about Dignitas throwing away really good opportunities. Throw this into the pile because Dignitas had an enormous advantage early on. Bromas was not able to get on Kenzie and finish him. Kenzie stayed alive in that situation where he was really quite outnumbered. And as a result, it's actually round to ANOX. So, I'm a little bit taken aback by that setting there. It's not so much that ANOX got in the last fight, it's the fact that Dignitas had put themselves in position to win that fight, and they weren't able to finish it out. They weren't able to land enough damage on the Kenzie, and again, great play by Kenzie, taking nothing away from him, but when you have the numbers advantage in the point like that, you should be able to finish things out. It was looking so good for Dignitas, and again, they sort of just let their enemies off the hook, and fortunately, they're not going to be able to get that round back. We'll see if they can have a little bit more luck here this time. On the upside here, of course, for Dignitas, Lynxer had an absolutely insane round. When things went right for for Dignitas, a lot of times it went well off the back of Lynxer. Starting to get things out here at the bang already. Already about 40% ult, landing in shot after shot of these shurikens, almost getting a kill to start things off here, which again, isn't even the prize. The prize is building up Dragon Blade ult. He goes right to the back line, has 75%, and if this fight drags out much longer, it could be a first fight Dragon Blade here for Lynxer. Toxin was able to take out ANOX. Cypher going back in. It's back and forth between both sides, but again, Q9 Lynxer. Dragon Blade is out here. First fight, Dragon Blade for Lynxer. Moving in, has the double, looking for the triple. Cooler able to give him the boop treatment to go back, but it's not enough. Lynxer completes the triple and puts Dignitas on his back. Gonna be first point capture here from Dig.
My ultimate is charging.
Yeah, let's pick it up.
Alrighty, so Dig, good start from them. Again, really good opening here from Lynxer. He's not going to have Dragon Point for quite a while, though, and ults are coming up here from the offense. Nano Boost is up, and Nano Boost is in. Here comes ANOX, Empowered Scientist once more to the back line, going right on Dracaeus. Dracaeus desperately trying to get out of here, just eating all sorts of Winston damage. Will he escape? He will not. Dracaeus is down, Lucio is dead, and look at ANOX, the support destroyer. Goes from one support to another. The back line is dead for Dignitas, and as a result, this is going to be ANOX's point.
I'm on fire.
That, again, it's really just great play from ANOX there. There's nothing more to say. I mean, he had a plan in mind, get on the supports, got one support, got the other, and Dracaeus honestly didn't get a whole lot of support from his team there. I mean, I'm not sure how much you support against the nano-boosted Winston. He got a Zarya shield, there is that, but beyond that, pretty hard for Dracaeus to stay alive. But here we go, Graviton is out here for ANOX, and ANOX just standing still, not even W mouse one, just mouse one, cleaving the entire team down. Kenzie there to fall through, but really all credit to Sharik, able to set that up. It will be ANOX's fight once more, and now they have surpassed Dignitas on the scoreboard. Dignitas, though, not to be underestimated. Our tier is going to be opening up the next fight with the Graviton. Will be leading into what could be a big bang combo with Bromas. Lynxer holding here at the Dragon Blade, so a lot of outs here for the offense. The defense does have a sound barrier, but here comes the Graviton moving in. Bromas not able to get the pulse bomb off before. It's going to be up to Lynxer for the follow through, and that's a big miss there. because the combo time was off. Lynx are only able to take out Shriek. There's now the opportunity for the defense to actually hold this out. Cypher pretty low. At 25 HP is going to go down. Lynx are able to finish out that kill, so let's follow the Chronicles of Lynx are here. They do take the point. He gets the double kill, and going for the cooler is going to finish it out, so not the worst. Although you look at ANOX stream back into the point, they did get some vital picks. They're going to be able to pressure this earlier than Creation would like, as Rubicon's still alive. Healing Winston up, not able to do enough as Bromos gets a kill. Sleep Dart, wasted. Bromos, unchecked, running around to the back line, looking for what he can get. Death Blossom coming in, late into the fight by Cypher, gets absolutely nothing done. The Transcendence ruining his day, and that's going to be Dignitas holding on once more, as it's going to be 64-64. Alrighty, so Bromos able to take out Cooler there early in the fight. Better round here for Bromos thus far. Anytime you kill Lucio like that early on, it's great. This is going to be perhaps second to last fight now for the side of ANOX. Shariq needs to come in big with this Graviton. He is looking for it. Speed boosting to the back. Graviton is out. Pulls in at least 3. Forces out the sound barrier. Pulse Bomb is in from Kenzie. He blows himself up, but does do a lot of damage to the backline in the process. Sets up ANOX for 2 kills. No. Zenyatta, you're going for a ride. Farewell. Try floating better next time as ANOX gets the kill. Great Winston play coming out from him, and this is still pressure being applied by ANOX, but they cannot back out for any reason. Even if they flip it here, they're now in the status where if they lose one more fight, they lose the round. But good on them for winning that fight, and just brilliant Winston play coming out from ANOX.
Enemies detected.
So, taking a look here at the offenses that come in. Artier is pretty darn close to getting Graviton. Linkser has Dragon Blade up once more. This is a fight where Dignitas does have the ult advantage. They can really take this if they play their cards right. Sure, ANOX has the nano boosted Winston. He's going to the backline. Oh no, is he going to get Zen? Zen gets the shield, but it's not enough. He goes down immediately here. ANOX, the support destroyer once more. Kenzie unleashed in the back, takes out Linkser early in the fight. There will be no saving Dragon Blade. It's still not the worst effort here though from Dig. You take a look at Artier, still around. Pulse Bomb comes out, whiffs. Kenzie still looking to get Zarya. The point, though, being recaptured during all this by Bromos. No! Bromos gets one clipped by Kenzie! And it's not enough, though. They don't get on the point right after, and they had a good chance of retaking that, just unfortunately. Kenzie had to rewind back, and one blink was not enough to put him back on the point. So, decent effort by Dignitas to bring that back. They weren't quite as lacking in certain areas as before, although it did get awfully close towards the end. Alrighty, so wait, was that a real? No, it was a real basket. There was no Symmetra involved.
Check this out.
Completely worthy. Either way, take a look here. Both teams running with pretty much the same as before. We'll see how it works out. Linkser is certainly a huge component for Dignitas in the last round. We'll see if he does again, because again, he was able to get Dragon Blade up in the very first fight. He wasn't a big priority. We'll see if ANOX sort of changes things up, because ANOX right now, as Winston play, has been really focused on diving supports, but that's let Linkser get a lot more room, where you normally wouldn't have as much room against the Winston. But here we go. Linkser moving to the back line. You take a look at ANOX. ANOX doesn't care. He's going right in the back line. He's going for Zen, and he's going to get punished in turn. It's a little bit over aggro, and now this frees up Linkser to still be a jerk here in this fight. Still, though, 2 deaths for each team. ANOX not out of it here just yet, but Artier laying it in on Zarya. 78% charge. Zarya versus Zarya fight in action right now. Both Sharika and Artier getting into it. Artier, though, getting the edge. Bromos with the backup, and this should be Dignitas' first point and first capture. Bromos with some top-tier cleanup, getting 3 kills at the very end. So, point will go the way of Dignitas. Close fight overall, but really just take a look at how that engaged. ANOX went really deep onto the backline, wasn't able to get the Zen pick, and it kind of snowballed away from ANOX as a result, even though they did keep it close. Just, if they could have taken that back, I'm sure they would have liked to. And here comes ANOX, diving to the backline once more, is going to run right into the sound barrier. Meanwhile, Linkser in the back of his own, takes out Cypher, Dragon Blade on the way, immediately slices down Cooler. This is the Linkser show once more. Down goes ANOX, Winston RIP.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Linkser's Genji has been amazing. By the way, did you guys know that this hero just got nerfed? Because I don't think Linkser knows. Linkser didn't get that memo. He's been playing absolutely great out of his mind, keeping Dignitas in the game, but here comes ANOX once more, dying to the back, looking for Toxic, and Toxic, at this point, you can just assume that he's going to have a Scientist on him at all times, but he does go down as a result. 2 kills coming out here from the offense. They're moving it in. Kenzie looking for a bit of payback, and here comes ANOX. Is he gonna... Oh no! What have you done? What have you done, ANOX? The leap, not at all what he was looking for. It's still going pretty well for ANOX here, but... Oh man. Alright, so they're gonna take this. No harm, no foul, I guess, on Winston leaping himself off the edge, but I don't know. Not the best look. Kenzie, though, is able to get the cleanup. Numlock going down. Point will flip to ANOX. And now for them, they have about a buffer of 2. They can lose 2 fights and still... Well, they can lose 1 fight. If they lose 2 fights, they're out. If they lose 1 fight, they have a 1 last fight to bring it back. They will have Sound Barrier for the next fight, so relatively even in terms of fights. It's gonna be Sound Barrier versus Transcendence. Cooler, waiting for the opportunity to drop that. And here comes Dragon Blade once more. Links are coming in. Gonna be stymied here by the Sound Barrier. Pulse Bomb is out, and Kenzie explodes him and Numlocked at the same time. What a Pulse Bomb to take out the threats as Kenzie piles it on. That's 3 kills for Kenzie here in this fight. ANOX going to hold on and even things up just a little bit more.
My ultimate is ready. Proceed without fear.
My ultimate is charging.
So ANOX able to have a good showing here, and now last fight was Sound Barrier versus Transcendence. Well, this fight going to be Transcendence versus Sound Barrier on the other side. We'll see if Drake's Sound Barrier can set up Dignitas as they move in. Rubicon gonna have to move up here in a second, keep his team alive here with this Transcendence. It's out. Zumyada is in. Let's take a look at Bromos right now. Bromos still in and about, looking to lay in the damage in the backline. They've already lost Arts here, though, and it's just not enough. Transcendence proving supreme this time. Sound Barrier came out, I think, a little bit early there. And that is going to be a very one fight for the side of ANOX, and they're going to even things up off this. So now it's more Dignitas that's on the hot seat because he's taking a look at Shriek. He has Graviton at the ready. We know just how deadly Graviton on the bridges can be. I think this is going to force Dignitas, if they're aware of this Graviton being up, to go through the other side, and they are doing just that. They're not giving Shriek the great Graviton he's looking for, but I don't know, some are coming off the bridge. This can be bad. Graviton comes in, they pull in both tanks right away. Sharika looking to melt. Cypher with the fall through. Both tanks are dead, and this is a lost fight already for Dignitas, and they're gonna be down to the last fight, if that. 92%. This is not good. They're gonna have to just try and stall out and go for there. This is almost mission impossible. Drakeus moving forward, looking to get on the point. Will get in overtime. Going for a little bit of wall skating. Is immediately taken out by Cypher. Overtime, though, still in progress. Artier moving back in. Has Graviton at the ready. Here comes Graviton. Pulls in 3. Sound Barrier, though, going to protect the people that were just pulled in. But Bromos, the big bang! Pulse Bomb comes in, was able to land it. And just like that, Artier, the savior. Bromos with the fall through right after, but it was a great Graviton by Artier that kept them in that game, and now it is going to be ANOX on the hot seat. Really, only one good push available for them. Let's see if ANOX can knock some people off the ledge. ANOX right now setting up, waiting for his team. 86%, they know this is their last attempt. ANOX gonna be moving right to the back line once more. What? Cooler boop! Drakeus off! A free boop coming in immediately here from ANOX. Linkster talks to him. We're able to bring it back. It's 3 kills out. This would be a 1 fight if not for Lucio dying, but here comes ANOX. Trying to knock people on. Yes! Zenyatta into the pit! It's happening! And now, this is ANOX's fight to lose here. We'll see. Linkster is still around, but he will finally go down the Cypher and the Winston combo. ANOX bringing this right back, and no small part due to that great Winston play coming out. And here comes the Transcendence lane to fight. Pulse Bomb out. Numlocked exploded. Cypher looking for a little bit more. Takes down Artier. And will ANOX have done this here at the 11th hour? It's looking like they will. And they were losing that fight to begin with. It really took a great knockoff by ANOX to turn it back the other way. Links are in late to the fight, going to get discorded and killed, and now ANOX up 2 rounds to 1.
Score 1-2.
Alrighty, so both teams setting up here once more. We are going to revisit the night market. Will there be more Links or heroics? Will there be ANOX literally going ape? We're gonna find out. Both teams sticking with a pretty similar setup here. Either really wanting to do variation. That's the nice thing about King of the Hill is that teams have their good comps that they like running, and every now and then they might do a 1 hero adjustment, but teams just sort of have their main way of playing, and they don't really see the need to do variations. Alright, so Bromos here on the Tracer is going to be flanking to the side to start things out. Almost certainly looking for a Zen in the back. Rubicon, though, pretty good position here. Kenzie takes down Drakeus first. Drakeus first to fall here. Bromos firing right back, takes down ANOX, but overall, the poke game definitely more in favor of ANOX here to start things out, as Cooler able to take down Bromos in the end with the aid of Cypher. And nothing too flashy here, just a direct win on poke coming out here from ANOX, and that's going to give them first point capture.
My ultimate is charging.
Alright, so ANOX firmly in the driver's seat right now. Linkser not able to get as much on Dragonblade building as he usually likes for a first fight there, but he's going to be coming back in a flash. Very likely to build up in this fight, landing some big left clicks to start this out. Swift Strike on the way, just needs a little bit more. In there with Numlocked, the Genji-Winston combo is real, but it's not enough. They do get sort of focused down by ANOX and Cypher, and now ANOX going to be pushing this right back. ANOX immediately going in on the support. You do have the Mercy switch up now coming in. Drakeus wasn't on Mercy earlier, is on Mercy now. We'll see if it works out. Certainly, though, teams have not been adverse to diving directly on the Mercy here today, but here they go. They're going right into point. It's a little bit more of a slower play. Bromos now in the McCree over the Tracer. Linkser going in on the Cooler. And here comes the late Death Blossom out from Cypher. Does not get what he's looking for. Only takes out Art here. ANOX, though, late set fight moving in. It was going to have Primal Rage, but no! The Dragon Blade slices him down before he can hit Q. And this will be Dignitas' point, but wasn't the worst stall coming out from ANOX, and ANOX still in a very good position right now.
Saddle up. This will protect us. We're losing the objective.
Alright, so here we go. Next fight is underway. There won't be a Dragonblade here, but here comes a Graviton Surge from Dignitas. Pulls in 4, but the Transcendent Sound Barrier going to keep them mostly alive. Deadeye did kill a 1. Bromos looking for a little bit more here. Gets the double kill. He is tearing through ANOX despite the support ultimates. Linkser in the back with the extra support, and this should be a one fight. ANOX, you're not going to knock people off this time, as he does eventually fall. So, good fight here from the side of Dignitas. They're going to bring this up to 51% here in just a moment.
I am ready.
Alright, so moving in once more. Rubicon no longer on the Zen, on the Ana. Gonna find Numlocked right moving in, and misses the Tranquilizer Dart entirely. Here comes Cypher right to the back line, off of the Graviton, picking up 2, looking for more. Drakeus will be bringing up his team. Is Martyr class, though, for doing that. Falls right after the res. Bromos, though, still in there, making good use of that res, but Cypher laying it in. A really good Reaper fight for him here thus far. Soundbear coming in late to fight here for Dig, and I don't know if that's the right move. It might be. We'll see. Kenzie, though, able to bomb Numlocked right in the back, looking for a little bit more. And it's looking like the Sound Barrier might have been better to be saved, because they're still going to lose this fight, and now they won't have Sound Barrier for the Nexus. Toxicant ends up getting booped right off. So now take a look at ANOX. They are effectively one fight away from winning this map and going up 1-0 here in the series. Dignitas on the hot seat. And they don't have a whole lot of ult to save them here. Numlocked is going to have to find some real value on this Primal Rage, but look at what they're going into. They're going the Sound Barrier. They're going to Nano Boost. This is going from bad to worse than Cypher. In the back line, Death Blossom takes out 3, making a 4K in from Cypher. Read them like a buck, knew they'd be running right in, and that is going to be the round and the map here for ANOX. They pull it out against Dignitas.
Play of the match.
Alright, it is Bromos here. It's on Mercy. It is the Big Bang combo here towards the end. It's a big play by Bromos, but remember, it was even bigger plays by ANOX coming out here just a little bit later, where, if you look at this, this was the round where ANOX still brought it back, and again, it was sort of a lost opportunity there, where really, Dignitas, I feel like, should have had that round, but it sort of goes with the theme right now, where Dignitas is not converting on opportunities that they make themselves, and they get the hard part right, and at times, they mess up the easy parts. Again, it's not taking away from the other teams there. ANOX played great to bring it back, but there is a point where if you have a huge numbers advantage, when you have ult advantages, no matter how well the other team plays, you should be able to convert on it for your own and win those fights. And right now, Dignitas is having trouble doing that. We saw it in the last series. We're kind of seeing it in this series right now. And at the end, what it results in is that the final score goes to their opponents. But next map will be Route 66. And 66 is interesting. We haven't seen quite as much of 66 as of late. I mean, it's never really been the most popular map, and maybe we've seen more of it than usual at some points, but it's, of all the payload maps, it is definitely the black sheep right now. It's not the most favorite. It's what teams tend to avoid when possible, but it has made its way into pool. And don't forget, Eichenwalde is in the pool too, so we might be seeing some truly unique stuff coming out. Either way, looks like teams are about to be ready. Kenzie's AFK for a second, but other than that, we'll be good to go here in just a moment. For people wondering our Hex is, Hex got waylaid at work here today. I was going to join for the second set, but real life sometimes gets in the way, so I am off here on a solo cast. Hopefully things are not too bad here. I've had more experience with solo cast as time has gone on. I do like getting in a partner whenever possible, just sometimes there's last minute stuff. It's not always possible. So it's pretty rare, but this is the ZP solo cast, as it were. We have to somehow balance play-by-play and analysis and breathing at the same time. And let me tell you, breathing tends to lose out more so than the others. Of course, the upside is I get a little bit more excuse to talk with chat and whatnot in between games, see what you guys are doing. People singing the praises of Uncle Swag, and why not? Uncle Swag is the man. Could not ask for a better Twitch mod. You'll basically see him in every Overwatch tournament stream, and for good reason. He does a good job, and he also has quite the knowledge of the game, because how could you not if you're not watching every tournament? So we're just waiting for Kenzie to get back here, and when he is back, we will be good to go and on the way. People wondering what's it going to take to get to Eichenwalde. I mean, we might see Eichenwalde earlier than 5, but it might take the series going 5 for us to get it. We'll just have to see. I, for one, though, I want to see some Eichenwalde action, although I gotta say, especially in comp play, I'm not sure how assailable the last point is in Eichenwalde. Once that gate, I feel like you have one good opportunity when the gate is open, and maybe you have momentum from taking second, but if a team is able to restabilize on last, you are so just, it's bad news bears, man. It is not a great look. It's one of the hardest things to attack in the entire game, which I think was the idea, to sort of make a map where you don't always see full completions, because historically Overwatch is much more offensively biased. That's why, of course, last patch, everything was coin flip, coin flip, coin flip if you were playing ranked. Obviously, coin flip's not a thing now. Time bank on payload is amazing. But I think part of the idea, too, is that make it so you're not always using the time bank. Sometimes, you know, maybe a defense should have a full hold, because that's also pretty good. Alrighty, so it looks like Kenzie has returned from his AFK. Let's get ready. Of course we are ready. We're going to get into it. Map number 2, Route 66, ANOX versus Dignitas. Dignitas looking for their first map win of the day. Will they be able to get it? And again, it's an interesting story with Dignitas, and you know, at some point I might sound like a broken record, but it's not like they haven't been putting themselves in position to win here. It's not like they've been getting stomped. They've had clear advantages in many of the maps here today, where they, whether it be rounds on Lijiang or maps like King's Row or Gibraltar, where statistically, if you looked at where they're at, they were at probably like 70–80% chance to win based on what we know about Overwatch stats, and they sort of throw it away. And it's not taking away from the teams they're playing against, where the teams they're playing against do great to punish their mistakes. LG had great moments where they really brought it to Dignitas. But there's also a point where if you are a team like Dignitas and you have something like a 4-1 ult advantage, and then you let it slip away from yourself, and you do that multiple times in a series, it's not your opponents playing super well, it's you're letting opportunities get away from you. And I think it's just sort of indicative of the fact that Dignitas has been having issues as of late, because, and you know, you might go, well, gee, why are you ragging on Dignitas so hard here? Dignitas, I'm not ragging on them, it's just, they used to be one of the top 3 teams in EU, and they've been on a slide as of late, and it's a story, and it's a unfortunate story, because, again, there was a point where they could easily take series off of Rogue, Misfits, Reunited. They were a huge threat, and they've just hit hard times as of late, and it's sort of trying to figure out why that is the case. Either way, though, take a look here at their defense coming out from the side. Dignitas is going to be Linkser on the Genji, R-Tier on Zarya, Bromos on the McCree, Dracaeus on the defensive Mercy once more, Numlocked on Reinhardt, and Toxicant on Lucio. Meanwhile, Cypher, the time has come. He's going to be repping his Genji once more. Rubicon on the Zen. Shark on the Reinhardt, a knock on Roadhog, Kenzie on Hanzo, and Cooler on Lucio. So this is a very much a pick-focused offense coming out here from the side of ANOX. They're hoping that either a Hanzo arrow hits ahead or a hook hits. And once they get that, they're going to be rushing very much in. Until then, they're not going to be as aggressive as you would expect. They're going to be a little bit more reserved, but the hook on Zarya comes in. Not necessarily the greatest target to hook, in ANOX right now in a little bit of trouble. Has to back out, almost getting horrifically punished by Linkser, as Linkser well on his way to building his Dragon Blade. So it's doing a good job here from Dignitas so far avoiding picks, but as I say that, ANOX finally connects, takes down Bromos. ANOX pays for it with his life, but again, reinforcing a little bit quicker for the offense, and Linkser goes for the reset, is punished. But take a look, Numlocked and R-Tier leading the way. The tank play for Dignitas coming in the clutch, gonna send Rubicon all the way to the back, get the clamp they need, and they will reset up with a bit of an ult advantage going to the next fight. Alrighty, so defense is resetting up. Linkser with his favorite Dragon Blade here and at the ready. R-Tier has Graviton up and ready. And here comes Linkser, dives to the back. Dragon Blade is out, going right on the Hanzo, gets one quick kill, gets a dash reset on the Cooler. The Linkser show once more. A 3K from Linkser. He doesn't even care. He gets hooked towards the back, gets the deflect up in time, and Linkser. The heroics for Dignitas. This is, if there's one thing that Dignitas can rely on right now, it's that Linkser has been playing Genji out of his mind. Nerf or no nerf, he very much is comfortable on this hero. Alrighty, so R-Tier does have Graviton at the ready. They have everything up except the Dragon Blade. Defense very well stacked here for this fight. This is a fight Dignitas should win under all circumstances. They get the 3 Graviton in the back. Linkser once more with the setup. Bromos, Deadeye takes out the people that were in that Graviton. And Dignitas looking like an entirely different team right now, landing what they need to land, ahead on ult economy for most of the game. And now you take a look here at ANOX here, where they've had real troubles. This is going to be their one window. They have 1:30 left, so they only have 2 pushes left, period. But this is their power push, and oh no. I don't know about this. Cypher almost had a Dragon Blade up. I get that he wants to deal with Numlocked and R-Tier a little bit better here, but this might be a mistake. They would have had Dragon Blade in the sound barrier, and now they're behind on ult economy. They're gonna have to deal with Linkser. Linkser goes to the back, has to deflect pretty early on, says Dragon Blade. Still able to take out Cypher early on. The Reaper not effective. 3 kills here from Dignitas. And I don't know about that switch from Cypher, man. Like, Cypher, at the very least, if they had wiped there, he would have had Dragon Blade in the sound barrier for the next fight. Could have used that to get right on the Dracaeus. Who's going to kill Dracaeus and stop the res now in the next fight? Maybe it's going to be Kenzie, but there's a lot of vertical mobility that Dracaeus can use to avoid that. I think that might have been a critical mistake from ANOX here, and now you take a look at Dignitas. They're in the best position to win a map that they've been in all day long. They should be able to finish this out if they play their cards right. All the offense has here is a sound barrier. They're going to drop the beat. The last gasp for ANOX is out. ANOX, though, going to fall immediately. Bromos in the back picks up the double kill. Having a great game here thus far. Deadeye going to come out here off the flank. This is textbook McCree play. Going to lay it in, and Linkser, the final Dragon Blade coming out. This is going to be GG. In all likelihood for Dignitas. I'm not even sure they will be able to force overtime now, and we'll see. I mean, Kenzie's still up. He can maybe do it. It'll be rough, though. And now Cypher goes to Genji at the very end when he doesn't, he's nowhere close to a Dragon Blade. I don't understand. Luckily, they do get the last ditch overtime, but they have to give up all precepts of positioning to do so. Linkser in the back looking for Cooler. Should be able to get him in a moment. Not able to finish him off, but Bromos right there gets the double kill. They get all the clamp they need, and that is going to be a great defense coming out from Dignitas. And okay, so Dignitas has been making a habit of not winning when they have a huge advantage. I might have to commit to eating some form of a hat if Dignitas doesn't win this map, because this is an overwhelming advantage for Dignitas now.
Switching sides.
Like, seriously, if Dignitas doesn't somehow win this map, I'm just done. Like, I'll never predict Dignitas to win anything again. I will always assume that they're going to lose, because this is what can you expect there? That was a great defense coming out from them, and they just need the really one big one offensive fight. That's all they need here to win this map. So I suppose we'll have to see. Take a look here at the defense, though, coming out here from the side of ANOX. A defense that has just almost mission impossible in front of them here. To hold that far out for 4 minutes. To be ANAC on the Zarya. Shark on Reinhardt. Cypher on the Reaper. Kenzie on McCree. Rubicon going to be on Zenyatta. And Cooler on the Mercy. All of these players here are going to have to play absolutely flawless. And Dignitas is going to have their worst round of all time for ANOX to actually win this map. Those are the stakes right now. I'm not even sure if this is actually a hold by ANOX. I'm not even sure I'm going to get hype. I'm just going to feel immense depression for Dignitas. Especially after all the games we've seen here today. Like, this is a must-win situation for Dignitas, and it's a should-win situation. So we'll see how it pans out, and we'll see if ANOX can pull the football away from them at the last moment, but that'd be a little bit ridiculous. Why did I say eat the hat? Now Twitch chat's gonna be saying eat hat repeatedly. Twitch chat is firmly on team eat hat. Well, I'm on team don't eat hat, so something. Either way, offense moving out here. Linkser. You think about what Linkser has done so far here in this game. Linkser alone, with how he's been playing, should at least be able to account for at least one team fight in 3 minutes 40 seconds. One would think. Linkser right now just laying in the poke again. This is just a build up in Dragon Blade. Nothing too crazy right now. Getting good positioning, forcing the defense out of their comfort zone. Good approach right now thus far from Dignitas as they move it forward. Bromos getting a good poke on the big girls. And things are sort of devolving here for ANOX. They're not in a great position. ANOX, though, does take out Bromos in the end. Charged up Zarya. Payload is awfully close to its final destination, though. Still, you take a look here, there might be a bit of an overdrive for Dignitas. They are going to lose this fight rather decisively. They are going to build up ults for ANOX, so if ANOX has a Dream alive coming in, this is the way that they need to start out. However, you look at the next fight. Toxican, 83% here on Lucio. Linkser at 74%. The real X factor here is Cooler. Cooler is going to have to somehow don his cloak of invisibility and not get bopped by Linkser, because Linkser, he's going to be looking for Mercy to start this out. Mercy is his #1 target, and actually staying alive against a Genji with the Dragon Blade of Linkser's caliber as a Mercy. Not an easy thing. I mean, Rubicon's going to have to help him out to start things out, but here comes Graviton here from the defense. Pulls in 2 members of Dignitas to start things out. Linkser goes to the back, going to stop McCree from getting the Deadeye that he wants right away. We'll take out Numlock then, but here comes the Dragon Blade. Kenzie is down. Cooler is already dead. There will not be a last-minute res. Dignitas gets a res of their own. Everything is in Dignitas' favor here. Will the dream be real? Linkser still alive, still good HP, looking for more, gets the double kill. The payload moving right forward, and the dream should be real here for Dignitas. They are going to take this map, and they get on the board for the day, even up the series 1-1. I will not be on Team ETAT. Thank you very much.
1-0.
And for people asking if this is live, I guess it's one of those things where if it were a rerun, it would still be me saying it's live. But as of right now, as of September 6th, 2:25 Central Time, this is live. I guess by the time you hear it's 2:26. There's a 1-minute delay. Linkser though, big plays coming out, and what more can you expect? I mean, like I said, for a team that's really been struggling on multiple levels, Linkser has really been the rock for Dignitas. They can count on consistent production from him, especially in the last few weeks, where he has reclaimed his Genji, and he's been looking great. And for those who are wondering, a solo cast here was not particularly planned today. I am rolling with it as it goes. Hopefully everything is going okay. Every now and then I do have to stop to breathe. Other than that, it's been oh my god. Guys? Guys? Eichenwalde. It's happening. This is not a dream. This is not a drill. The new map, the German castle itself, has been clicked in from the lobby host, which means that we will be going there next. It was the map choice of ANOX, and all bets are off on what to expect here. We've seen one Eichenwalde map here thus far, and we'll see how it goes here. But this, who knows how this is going to work out. Numlock saying they're ready. I guess sides are staying the same as they are in lobby. We'll be Dignitas on the attack first, which they weren't last time. They had a great defense last time. Great defense and great attack, which means I'm not eating a hat, I might add. They're fine with defense and letting them know that we are ready and good to go. Eichenwalde music at the ready. That's not just Imperial sounding music. And what better for a map where you are literally storming a castle? And hey man, let's take a look at the very back here. Except, I think I've gotten lost in a spawn room. Give me a second. R.I.P. Bastion. R.I.P. Reinhardt's dad. Or whoever it might be. Sad times, man. Sad times. Died right on the throne. There's like more than one dead Bastion here, too. There's a lot of just RIP Bastions around here. I will say the kill-death ratios seem to be much in favor of Team Reinhardt. Either way, let's talk about Eichenwalde, a map that viewers have little experience watching, casters have little experience casting, and the teams themselves don't have that much experience playing. Looking here at the defense coming out here, from the side of ANOX. It's going to be Kenzie on the McCree. ANAC on the Junkrat Cooler. And look at this, Symmetra making her grand reappearance here. So Symmetra sighting is out. Shark going to be on the Reinhardt, Rubicon on Mercy, and Cypher on the Reapers. So we're going to see, is this the home? Is this the time for Symmetra's grand return? We're going to have to see. Meanwhile, take a look here at the offense. Offense coming out. They're running an offensive Junkrat, so a lot of people liking the Junkrat here on this map. ANAC, though, a little bit truer with the spam, is already taking out Linkser, has done ridiculous amounts of damage to the backline. He's had 80% ult charge. And the only way you get there is if your bombs hit 3 or 4 people to start out the game, so ANAC with a great start to things right now. And that's definitely going to stall things out. As Toxican, though, on the offense, able to take out Kenzie. Here comes the offense. Linkser firing through. Symmetra is dead. Teleporter not quite up yet, so the Symmetra Gambit might not be a thing here as Dignitas looking to be in a good shape right now.
Heroes never die.
Turret did get 1 kill though for Cooler, so will they be able to get back here in time? We're gonna have to see. It's a really good opportunity for Dignitas here. They should be able to convert this and keep the momentum going. They do pick up 2 kills, but here comes ANAC. Tyre on the way. I don't even think people realize all the different ways the Tyre can come in here, as it does take down Numlocked. ANOX keeping the dream alive. His team is starting to come back here on set point, looking for Linkser, not able to shoot him up into the air. But here comes Kenzie, and here comes an offensive Junkrat Tyre. Teleporter did just come down here, so defense not out of this just yet, but Toxican, the triple kill, turns ANOX into roadkill. Really good Junkrat Tyre there, and that is going to set up Dignitas quite nicely for the Streets phase. Is Junkrat looking to storm the tower. So, Toxic moving up here to the top, using the tight corridors to his advantage, does get a lot of damage in to start things out here. Oh no, Bromos on the flank, flanking Tac Visor. He isn't even using the Tac Visor yet, just takes out Kenzie right away, dashes out. A brilliant pick coming out from Bromos here, and you can definitely tell the team's not used to all the different ways that you can get flanked here on this map on both ends. Cypher does come out and flank, takes out 2. Oh my goodness, this is back and forth, but still a little bit of an edge here, the Dignitas to start things out. Cypher is looking again, Numlocked is a bit outgunned here. We'll have Death Blossom up in a moment, but this is a little bit too much to bite off for one Reaper. He's going to go for the high ground here. Cypher setting up on the top rope, waiting to jump right down, almost has Death Blossom. You ever call it like a spinning pile driver? I don't even know. I need to stop with the wrestling references, but here he goes, comes off the top, takes out Linkser right away, is going to have to shift right out. And Bromos in hot pursuit takes him out immediately. Rez is out here from Drakeus, a great Rez, keeping Dignitas in the fight, and they still have the momentum they need to keep this moving forward. Of course, there is no mercy in defense, so there will be no res. And here comes Bromos. Tac visor cleanup on the way. Not sure it was needed. That goes into the not necessary category, but there's a lot of space created here, and here comes the tire from Toxican, looking for that magic moment once more. Moves in, Reaper, able to go to the ether before he's taken out, but here comes the Earth Shatter out from Sharik on the defense, takes out Toxic right away, sets up his team for 3 kills, and the defense moving out here once more. Sharik just swings the hammer, down goes our tier, defense going to hold. I will say though, this oh no. Linkser, not like this. I'm not even sure that was knocked off. I think he might have just stepped off while strafing. Or it could have been intentional too. I mean, his team was dying all around him. I'm not gonna entirely chalk that up to a mistake. We'll give the offense here time to reset, and Dignitas doing a much better job of just cycling their ultimates this game. They've been playing the ultimate economy game a little bit better. Dracus was able to stay alive for really good res. I'll see if they can get those up though. Defense is sitting up here on this high tower, and that can be a problem, but oh my goodness. The dragon is in. The dragon eats Kenzie. It is sated. Sets up Dignitas here once more. Cooler though, able to back out. He's gonna push things out, and do not panic sound barrier, Cooler. You don't want to be that guy right now. Cooler actually lucky that he's gonna get out of here in time the way that's set up. Sharik was able to take out our tier, but now the sound barrier, the defense can actually push us right back. Sharik with a golden Earthshare opportunity here. Ryan Games 101. Sharik versus Numlock. Numlock gonna charge in, doesn't get the pin. Now in a rough situation, has to panic Earthshatter. And here comes Bromos. Flanking Tac Visor on the way. Sound barrier going to ruin his day right now. Lucio going for the boops. Bromos still alive, but not what he was looking for as he takes a hammer to the back of the head from Sharik. Oh no, RTR on the ride, not going to get knocked off just yet. Sharik actually knocked it back, and what an Earth Shatter. Stylish as nothing else, but the flanking Dragon Strike from Linkser. This is the fight that does not end. The Dracus res keeps his team in it, and they're going to get to this next point, but now, here's the struggle. Will they be able to keep the momentum up? Because if you get wiped out here as an offense, it goes from bad to worse in a hurry. So, Linkser right now leading the way, and this is the opportunity here for Dignitas. They're going to have to deal with the nano boosted Reinhardt. Shriek, the master of W Mouse 1, going right forward. The gate about to be closing here in just a moment, and Kenzie gets a cleanup. So, Dignitas, they had an opportunity to keep things going there. They're not going to get that opportunity, and now they have to fight the real raid boss of Eichenwalde, which is this last point. Although, the gate isn't closed just yet, actually, so they're a little bit lucky. They didn't push the payload far enough to actually trigger the gate closing, so they still have a decent opportunity here. They're actually a little bit lucky the way that panned out. Defense might have been better to give them more rope there, but either way. Here comes Linkser moving in, able to win the Junkrat versus Junkrat battle. Offense setting up with a 1% advantage, and again, offensive Junkrat doing pretty well here in these closed spaces. Moving forward, lands a good concussive mine. Eva Bomb going to make even more space, and this truly is the opportunity for Dignitas, but oh no. Trank into Tyre right now. Here comes the Tyre from Nock, moving in, does take out Bromos. Kenzie once more on the cleanup, is going to get taken out by R2 though. Been somewhat of a rough game for Kenzie as ANOX though, laying in the damage to Junkrat. Dignitas slowly falling here. The respawns, getting around the respawns here on this map, very difficult as they flood back in, and it will be ANOX reclaiming things. And now, here's the real problem. We talked about this before. This gate is closed. Observer can't even fly through it. That is how airtight that gate is. Getting back in here, getting through Junkrat spam. Once the gate is closed, it's rough. You don't exactly have the greatest entry areas here. The big gate is awesome. The small doors, not so much. Earthshatter opens away, Numlocked, able to protect his team. 3G Express keeping them up. Looking once more for the Earthshatter. Linkser takes out Shriek early on, so Dignitas, they've stormed the castle. They've gotten through somewhat here. They're starting to break their way in. And they're able to endure the spam, so Dignitas getting right in. Dracus resing just one person early on, but the Earthshatter ruining the nano boost. Numlock getting tranked mid-air after getting launched. I don't even know what that's about, but Soundbear's out here for Dignitas. They're keeping it in. Linkser on the double kill, looking for more, and this might be Dignitas' opportunity once more as Linkser gets the triple kill. This man cannot only play Genji, he's bringing a great trash mouse to the table. We're gonna have an ANOX though. Last ditch Tire on the way. Will it get what he's looking for? Does dash that back, takes out his counterpart, and Linkser's kind of been the problem, so we'll see if they can still hold this out. Respawn's coming in. The respawn wave, so incredibly important here on this map. And Dignitas are finding out, but again, see if it's enough. Numlock though, gets a double kill on the left clicks. Is about to have Earthshatter up once more. is able to maintain positioning on the point. Dignitas clutching it out. 20 seconds remaining right now. They cap it now. They do get the extra minute. Earthshatter down. Will it be enough? The defense still trying to stall it out. ANOX coming in. Again for the defense here. Not only do they still have the opportunity of fighting this back with how respawns work, but for them, the real key is getting this to 0 seconds. If they get to there, it's still a minor victory. They will get to 0 seconds. And here comes the Diva Fireworks over the top. Arts here taking out ANOX. Earthshatter coming in late here from Sharik. Does set up Cypher for the double kill to Death Blossom. And the defense of ANOX might be able to hold this in the end, and they do.
Complete.
And that's just sort of testament to how hard it is to actually finish out this map.
Score 0-2. Switching sides.
I think one thing teams are really going to have to start doing here on this map, and this is just me thinking out loud, but once you get to a certain point there, I think an offense has to know when they're in a losing fight. And a losing fight on that last point could be a situation when you're up 4v3. Because the problem is that when you only have 4 people and you're down a DPS or 2, you're not really going to have the power you need to clean up the last 2 people and push it in. There's a sort of this illusion there that you're winning the fight because you're up people. But you're not really winning the fight because you don't have enough power to clean everyone up, and you get stuck in this long death chain phase. I wonder when we're going to get to a point where teams will look at situations like that and say, look, we need full 6 here to actually get this done efficiently. We need the back out, wipe, and reset, even as we have more people there on the point. Because it is somewhat of an illusion, right? Where you're sitting there, you think you're going to get it, but you never quite do. And it's where any defensive pickoff there on the last point is so important, because you lose a McCree there early in the fight. McCree is really important to getting the final bits of pickoff and actually keeping your team in it. Either way, that's just my musing out loud. Taking a look here at the defense as it's setting up here for the side of Dignitas. Dracaeus will be on the Mercy once more. Numlocked going to be on Reinhardt. Bromos on McCree. Toxicin on the Roadhog. Arts here going to be on Zarya, and Linkser going to be on the Junkrat. So Junkrat, again, featuring pretty prominently here. It's not coming in on the attack, but is coming in here on the defense, and why not? That was a great game for Junkrats on both sides. So, defense is set up. Linkser just going to start the spam and takes out Kenzie early on. There will be no big flanks here from ANOX. Now the defense, I don't think they should really go over aggressive in punishing this, but it really does set the offense here on the back foot. Luckily it's Tracer, she can get back in the fight relatively quickly, as we see Toxicin looking for the hook here, so interesting. It's no longer Arts here on the Roadhog, it's Toxicin. Toxicin, though, able to pick off Mercy there. Not able to complete it, though. Bromos, though, is the bro as it is. Takes out Rubicon to start things out, and Dignitas doing what they need to do in defense, getting quick pickoffs, stymieing the offense. The offense is just not able to keep a full 6 together to get through the archway, and so long as Dignitas is winning this poke war, it's looking really good for them. They have a res up, they have tire up, a lot of ways that they can keep stalling this out. So ANOX right now trying to regroup as full 6. Rubicon does have a res, so it's going to be res versus res here. Rubicon likely used his first way this has been going, but offense storming the castle. Kenzie going right into the point. Linkser looking to take him out. Damage boosted Junkrat. 3 kills coming in here, and Rubicon. No! Rubicon was looking for the res and met Numlocked in a dark room. That is never great. Crunched against the wall, and there will be no turnabout here for the offense. Oh my goodness. I'm sure the comments are like Rubicon saying, okay, die together. I got, oh god. Because that was pretty much on the cast. Here comes the res, or tire though, coming out here from Linkser. Sneaky tire on the way, using the elevation to, oh my god, look at the tire! Parkour! Not enough to get in there, but I like the attempt nonetheless. Offense though, they have been banking some ultimates. Ult Showdown is on the way. ANOX opening up here the Graviton. Everyone feeling the gravity vortex right now. And who's gonna reign supreme? Kenzie was trying to get to back. Got 1 kill before dying. Rez is out here late into the fight by Rubicon. Dracaeus is dead. He won't have a res, so this might be an opportunity here for the offense as they try and break through. Sound barrier late to the fight as they push on in. Still in trouble though, as Cypher ends up getting taken out by the combination of Linkser and Zarya. You must defeat Linkser to stand a chance as he gets the double kill. Make it a triple. So now you take a look here at the time. ANOX, I mean, they had to worry about how far they could get on last, but now they have to worry about even getting through first. That was an ult showdown that they just lost. They're drained on ultimates here. They'll have Earth Shatter into Death Blossom, but it's not looking great as they still don't really have an answer for dealing with this early poke. So, offense grouping up once more. This is really their last big opportunity right now. The defense doing a great job of keeping them back, not making this approach easy in the slightest. Lynx are just happily spamming away. Here comes Shriek though, moving in, waiting for the good opportunity for an Earth Shatter. Has to win the Ryan Games fight versus Numlocked. Not going to do it. Lynx are able to take him out over the top with the Junkrat play. Bromos cleaning up the scraps, those who were damaged by Lynxer. And this is going to be a full hold once more for Dignitas. The upside there for the offense is that they died so incredibly quickly that they get another chance, but take a look at this tire. This tire might be the way of destroying the chance. In over the top. Parkour in once more. It's still a full HP tire. Moving around the back. Only 1 second left, and no! Time limit, not a thing, but just the throw of the tire still kept them back for a while. As truly the last attempt is in right now. Graviton though, gonna pull in 3 people right away. Is the Fop gonna be there? It is! The charge from Numlock sets up Bromos on the double kill Deadeye, and that is certainly going... Oh, is it going to be it? Cypher? Yeah, it is certainly going to be it. Cypher was looking for the heroism in the back. Not even with the Death Blossom, but 13 seconds left. We'll see. There is, I guess, a chance of a split-second overtime, but look at how far up they are. They're gonna have to rush through this. This is hardly great. Numlocked, this is where he can excel. Lands the Earth Shatter. Doesn't get as much as he's looking for. Although, look at... Oh, no. ANOX going to the side. Not quite off the legend. No, he's actually able to live. What in the world? Dignitas at the last moment now, having trouble holding on. Earth Shatter coming in for Shriek, knocks down 2, sets up ANOX. The Graviton is there. Dignitas, not like this. That was a case where they couldn't even worry about positioning. They just had to roll right in, and somehow ANOX able to keep this going. They hardly have a whole lot of time to work with here. But I'm not sure it should be coming to this. There was a big advantage for Dignitas that they ended up losing at the very end. They should have been able to take that. Either way, the damage has been done. They're still in a good position. They don't have to defend for that much longer. Defense going to go up over the top. Numlock just peeking out from this high ground here, the biggest high ground that you can get in the game. ANOX just moving it forward, trying to keep 2 to 3 people on the payload at all times. And the defense right now being rather tentative. They're not going in right away, and oh my goodness, not like this. Kenzie was able to get to the back line. Found Bromos early on in unawares. Big hook coming out there, laying the fight, but a lot of damage has already been done. It's 2-to-1 advantage here from the offense of ANOX. Dignitas is on their heels right now. Toxicin, though, unaccounted for here on the Roadhog. Looking against Cypher. Cypher does not have the health he needs to fight this. Reaper is not that strong against Roadhog in a direct one-on-one situation. And Cypher, oh my goodness, the teleport away is a thing! And what is going on here? Lynxer, Widowmaker? What year is this? What month is this? Is going to activate the recon site. Has to back out. He has been on Widow for quite a while here on this defense. Remember, for ANOX, they really can't back out for too much longer. Cooler's going to have to open up a sound barrier. They're going to be rolling in just a moment. Dignitas once more in a bit of an advantage here in this fight. We'll see if they can capitalize. Numlocked, because the offense has to rush in, they're going to give him a good Earth Shatter opportunity here in just a moment. Earth Shatter comes in. No. Does not connect. Counter Earth Shatter, and also does not connect. Both Reinhardt's out of power. Cypher, though, goes for the long ride. Bromos in the back. Deadeye hits 1. Looking for more on the flank. No one is on him right now. This is a big advantage right now to Dignitas as ANOX looking to stay alive. Just getting shot out of the sky. Bromos, though, has lost some people here, but still, no one getting onto McCree for that long usually spells doom. And now 20 seconds left. Can ANOX make the miracle happen once more?
Widowmaker here.
I mean, it's super unlikely, but at this point, I'm not going to count anything out. Kenzie, also on an offensive Widowmaker. Widows on both sides. Take a screenshot. This does not happen all that often. As Lynxer wins the Widow v Widow fight. So they're getting on the payload once more. Hook is in. Cypher at no HP. Desperately needs heals. 2 extra kills coming in here from Dignitas' side. And there will be no heroism this time. They are not going to get on this cart again. And Dignitas has won Eichenwalde. Now up 2-1 in the series.
Final score 1-2.
So, I mean, I gotta say, seeing 2 games of Eichenwalde now, it's very interesting. I feel like a lot of games will be decided on the last point hold. But clearly teams are having some issues here on first point as well, and Linkser, what a gem of a game. His spam to keep ANOX out in most games would have resulted in a first point hold here. They really did not have a great answer. They didn't have great initiation to deal with it. And maybe that's part on ANOX for just not being able to run in, but it was a good defensive setup by Dignitas. I think it shows that it seems like they've put a little bit more work on the Eichenwalde. I might be wrong on that, but they certainly looked more impressive on Eichenwalde here in the set. Either way, that was map number 3 in the bag. Map number 4 going to be heading your way between these 2 teams. We'll see if ANOX can bring it right back. And, you know, I gotta say, let me look back at the map pool here. See what we might be looking at. So, we started out with Lijiang. Did Eichenwalde, Route 66. In the pool is still Dorado and Hollywood. So there's no extra King of the Hill maps for ANOX to really rest their head on. They did historically, they've been a very strong team on those maps. But we'll see where they go to here. Will it be Hollywood? Will it be Dorado? Either way, it's going to be standard, and Hollywood will be the name of the game. It's going to be ANOX on the attack first, and there's series life here on the line. Now, of course, this is the group stages. It's not the end of the world if they lose. But you'd like to think that how they started this here, they would like to finish strong. So letting know that we are ready, good to go. Next map on the way. No big delays here. We are going right into it. We'll see just what both teams have in store.
Prepare to attack.
For me though, if I had to analyze the teams here, I would say, interestingly enough, I feel like it's been a better day for the tanks and supports on ANOX than their DPS. I feel like when ANOX has done really well, we've seen Kenzie come out and have really just gigantic games. Kenzie's been a little bit more muted here today. Hasn't had as many gigantic 3-4Ks. Same with Cypher. I mean, you look at Route 66 where he had so little confidence in his Genji that where he could have had a Dragon Blade for the last push, he swapped off of it. It's not a great day for your offense when those things are happening. I think Shriek, though, has had really good moments. Certainly, ANAC has arguably been the star player for ANOX in most of the day here today. Meanwhile, though, you take a look here at what Dignitas has been doing well. Dignitas, I think you couldn't really talk about Dignitas without talking about what Linkser has been doing here today. Whether it be on Genji or Junkrat, he has been completely standout. Artier, it's been a mixed bag. I think Artier's, when he's been on heroes like Zarya, he's done very, very well. I'm not quite convinced his Roadhog is there yet, just given what we saw first in the LG series where Manitin said, "You think that's a Roadhog? This is a Roadhog." Numlocked, of course, consistently solid, and I mean, geez, talk about on the last map there, the incredibly clutch charge to deny a Mercy Res. I mean, what more could you ask for? So, it's been interesting stuff coming up from both teams. I think, though, the real X factor is that both teams have been getting decent tank contribution, but Linkser has definitely been playing at a level above, and we'll see if he can keep that up here, because if he can, I think Dignitas taking this 3-1 is not out of the question whatsoever. Alrighty, so map is beginning right now. Both teams trying out poke. We'll see what Linkser can do here once more in a Junkrat-friendly first defense. And I'm just happy to see Junkrat back, man, from time to time. I mean, he's never, ever truly been gone, but sometimes you see him less than expected. And again, ANOX having some trouble dealing with this, but you take a look at ANOX here. They are on the triple tank, triple support combination. The NIP comp, as people like to call it. And the true variant, not the LW Red variant, which was awesome with Awesome Guy, but still. The upside about this is that it does let them deal with this poke a little bit more and build ultimate, so maybe this is the answer to the Junkrat here. They're going to open up here with the nano boost on the Reinhardt Shriek to the back. A really strong charge, but doesn't get anything. It is going to get focused down. And nano boost, I mean, it makes you tankier, but oh no, Drakeus somehow ran into that hammer. There will not be a res or anything of the sorts here. 2 kills coming out here from the offense. Remember, as fights break down, they usually do better, but Linkser, will he hold it back? He takes out Rubicon early in the fight, is still alive here in the back line. Numlocked and Linkser are not exactly super healthy, but they will push out this triple tank, triple support comp, at least for now. Drakeus is going to be back here to fight in a moment. Will have res up, and with the res, they should be able to hold here at least for a little bit longer. Let's take a look at Linkser. He's going to be looking for the time to moke. Graviton is already out there from Cypher, looking for it. Sets up that, and Drakeus is down early. They caught Mercy. There will be no res. Here comes Linkser though, Tyre at the ready, moving in and about, dodging, weaving, juking. 53 HP, gets the backline, does enough damage that Kenzie ends up dying. Can't believe that Tyre lived there. However, things might be going bad here for Dignitas in just a moment. You take a look at the offense. They do have 4 ultimates up. Cooler does chain of death there, and Shriek perhaps shouldn't be this far up while waiting for respawns. But they are going to have a big opportunity. They're going to be able to just nano boost Shriek if they want to go for it. He's going to be able to charge to the back, look for a good Earth Shatter. Sound Barrier, Transcendence up. They're moving in. Earth Shatter is down. The Juke's out Numlocked. The 3G Express coming up short. Takes out Linkser, gets rid of the problem. Looking for Bromos. Bromos desperately trying to run away. Not going to be able to do it. The nano boost opening is real. Dracaeus, though, comes in late. Was not taken out. The res is out. This fight not over here just yet. Shriek, though, still W-1. Doing way too much, man, as they are going to hold on here. The res not going to be quite enough. Both Reinhardt's going to butt heads here, but Numlocked with way less support, so he will fall, and this will be the point to ANOX.
Anyone want to join me?
I'm escorting the payload. Let's keep it
Alrighty, so not a bad approach here from ANOX. The consistency of triple tank, triple support, keeping them in. And they're not changing it here for this next stage. Cypher, got good charge, has Graviton ready once more. And this is a little bit dangerous here for Dignitas. They do need to be wary of the Graviton. They don't want to give Cypher quite what he's looking for. And right now, Cypher has a chance to get a 4-man Graviton. I don't know if he knows that, but the Graviton is out. We'll be pulling in at least 3 there. Moving in with a fully charged Zarya. They don't quite get what they're looking for. And here comes Linkser off the top rope. Takes out Shriek. Moving forward. Momentum now back in Dignitas' favor. And they handle that Graviton beautifully. Moving it right back the other way. They need the Sound Barrier, of course, to stay up there. But the Sound Barrier did its job. And Graviton Gambit has failed. And let me just say that was a big break point for this match. That was probably a break point of a minute and a half, if not more, for final completion time. So, big plays coming out here from Dignitas. Still, offense coming in once more. They are a lot more drained on ultimates. They don't have nearly the edge that they did before. They do have Nano Boost, and they're going to have to clutch quite a bit on this, but it's harder to get great value off the Nano Boost here. I kind of would like to see a Winston or something to go in rather than the Roadhog. But Links are dead early on. I think Kenzie actually landed a hook there. Bromos going to back to Death Blossom, immediately taken out. 2 kills here for the offense, and they're starting to grind this out. Dignitas perhaps dove a little bit too heavily there. They're in a bit of trouble. Linkser, though, back into fight off the res, coming in over the top. And oh my goodness, Riptire could be on the way. Does get hooked by Kenzie, though. Kenzie gets rid of the problem, but while this is happening, people are dying all around him. The res from Dracaeus, able to do enough to bring them back into that fight. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking about different ways of looking at this. I mean, Roadhog hooks are good, but it's much more difficult to get them when you're going from low ground to high ground. Not impossible, but it's making Kenzie's job much harder here, so we'll see if he stays with this. I just think that not being able to apply pressure to the high ground at all here is definitely hurting ANOX as they try and get through this Dignitas defense. And Dignitas defense isn't good for long, but look at that. The Sleep Dart sets up that hook, but here comes the Tyre coming in here from Linkser on the way. The Graviton is setting up. Boom goes the Tyre. 3 are down, and Linkser, oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm not trying to imitate John Madden there, but that was quite the big boom. So, yeah, that big Graviton that set that up. Fall through is there. Linkser piling it on, and we're getting down to the last 2 or 3 pushes here for the offense. Cypher wants more pressure on him to land the big Graviton to set things up. See if he can do just that. Hook does come in, but Bromos able to live, takes down Cooler right after. Graviton coming in here from Cypher. I don't know about this. It pulled in 2. But everyone's really spread out here, and Bromos kind of unleashed, able to do whatever he wants. The back is going to take out Rubicon. Rez coming in late in the fight here for the defense. And that is going to keep them nice and healthy as they clean this up.
I'm on fire.
So for the offense, they're pretty much going to be down to their last push. And ladies and gentlemen, I got bad news for you. Or great news, depending on whose side you are on. If you want a longer game, it's bad news because Linkser might be able to put the dagger in this right now. Tyre is up once more. He's been getting great tires both this map and on Eichenwalde, and he's just waiting for his opportunity. And they do have the Winston switch here. I like the fact that they're switching the Winston. I think it's probably too little too late here for the offense, but we'll see if it works out. Right now, Dignitas just being real patient. Tyre comes up late. Tyre actually able to survive the Winston dive. Moving to the back once more. Do people even know where it's at? That goes around, dives. And it's gonna... Wait, what's it gonna find? It finds Cypher in the end! Oh my goodness. No one even cared about that tire. 4 kills coming out here from Dignitas. Down goes Cooler, and that is going to be a hold on second, and now Dignitas has set themselves up once more for glory. ANOX on the back foot.
0-1. Switching sides.
So, again, after what happened in their series earlier today, I'm not against LG. I'm not going to say Dignitas has this one, because they basically were in a similar situation where they held in hangar on Gibraltar and then weren't even able to get through first. But getting through First Point Hollywood, definitely easier than getting through First Point Gibraltar. You have to give Dignitas like a win chance here of 85-90% at this point, if not greater. ANOX is in the hot seat. They just... And again, for them, I think it's that they stuck with the triple tank, triple support, or at least that variant of it a little bit too long. They weren't able to really dislodge Dignitas from the rooftops at all. I think if they went Winston a little bit earlier, did nano boost Winston shenanigans, I think that game maybe goes a little bit differently, because there's just no threat there. Dignitas was able to stay on the top the entire time. Linkser basically could eat a full picnic up there. It was rough. Either way. Looking at the offense coming out here from the side of ANOX, it's going to be Cypher here on the Reaper. Kenzie on McCree, Anak on Zarya, Rubicon on the Zen, Sharik going to be on the Reinhardt, and Cooler on Mercy. So, defensive ANOX,
What are we?
almost mission impossible coming out here. I said this before on Route 66, but it's relevant here again. Everyone is going to have to play out of their minds. They can lose maybe one team fight, but they can't lose two. And now you take a look at what is coming out here from the side of Dignitas. Linkser's on the Hanzo. All you need to do is land first pick in one of these fights, and it's pretty likely that they're going to be able to go through in a big way. Now, Mercy changes that a little bit, decreases the value of the first pick somewhat, but I'm not sure Cooler is actually going to be still alive in all these fights to get res. And oh my god, the headshot opening up early here from Linkser, laying in the damage onto Zarya. 24% ult charge already, and it's a good start here for Dignitas as they're just going to move it forward and push the defense back to start things out. Kenzie, though, able to take out Bromos, finds the way early on. We'll see if Kenzie can lay this on. Kenzie, again, somewhat of a quiet day for him here, looking for his moment of glory. But Linkser able to take him out. The Hanzo versus McCree. If the Hanzo's able to win that, it's a huge deal. Looking for a little bit more. It is Dignitas winning the poke war as Linkser just having a field day, laying in the arrows, had 2 kills, got a lot of damage in at the same time, and Dignitas making this first point capture look easy. Did I mention that today has been the Linkser show for Dignitas, and they've been doing well? Junkrat, Genji, now Hanzo. Really, really good day for Linkser. They're going to keep things going forward here, and now things just went from bad to worse because they have to defend the middle part of Streets phase, not the end part, for 5 minutes and 20 seconds. ANOX is going to need a miracle.
Damage increase.
Linkser right now holding on. Does have Graviton at the ready. R tier will have Graviton. The Graviton strike combination is absolutely on deck here. One of the most devastating combinations of ults in the entire game. R tier. You can win this right here, right now for Dignitas with a good Graviton. He's looking for it. Unlocked the big charge onto a knock. A knock already off this fight. It's a 65. Transcendence is out. They're not going to be able to deal with a big Graviton now. And R tier, you just need to hit the trigger. Looking for it. Does take out Zen. However, Linkser's down in the back. Not going to find the opportunity for the Graviton, but it's okay here for the offense. I mean, they're able to save ults. It's a good effort by the defense. But remember, the defense is going to have to do that something like 7 or 8 more times. It's not a great look.
Don't worry, my friends. I am your shield.
So ANOX moving forward. Has Graviton here at the ready. And again, this is a big moment here for the defense. They must land this. Meanwhile, you look at R tier. Dragon Strike Graviton combo in and at the ready. Will they be able to land it? They don't have to push this payload very far. Dignitas on the verge of win, but they're in a Graviton of their own. Deadeye coming up in over the top. they're able to withstand despite the Graviton. 2 kills here from the side of Dig. They're moving it forward. They only need a little bit more. In comes the Graviton. Will the Dragon be on the way? R-tier, or Linkster doesn't even like what he sees, does not pull the trigger on Dragon Strike. They don't need to. They have done it. They have defeated ANOX here in the Lenovo Cup. And that, by the way, is our final set here of the day. So people are saying, oh man, hope for the Seagull host. I actually need to message him and say, please do not host, because then it's like, what, do I just run reruns? No, Seagull's not about reruns, so either way. Let's talk about Dignitas for here for a moment. They started out the day really rough against Luminosity. They definitely improved as the day went on. And as the day went on, it was also the Linkster show. It was a great showing for Linkster, really came in and solidified things. I think for ANOX, probably not their best day. They had good tank play overall. ANOX was consistently impressive all throughout the day, but Kenzie, a little bit of an off day coming in. Cypher, again, wasn't quite as confident as Genji as usual, and there's a mix of things. Either way, though, that is going to be the final match here of the day. It was a good group stage coming in from Dignitas at the very end. ANOX, we'll see if they can get redemption later on. And ANOX, I mean, again, they have had their ups and downs too, certainly. It was worth noting that they do have consistency issues, and today, not really going in their favor. But I would never count them out, just given the highs that they've shown us. Alrighty, so I guess this is where we'll do our final sellout shoutouts, goodbyes. Unfortunately, Hex is not able to join us here today. It was sort of an impromptu solo cast. It was a fun solo cast. Not something I want to make a habit of, but every now and then when it comes to schedules, it does happen. But thank you guys for tuning in. We will be back here on Thursday with more action in the Lenovo Cup. It might not be me that's here casting on Thursday because I do have a flight that is taking off there. It probably depends on the flight. If it's a late flight, I'll be here. If not, it will be Hex and someone else. Either way, you guys rock. Thank you for joining us here today, and we will see you guys next time.